Hey everybody, this is the Scotsman at Alabama Pipe Welders Academy. Just want to do a real quick video on one way to mirror weld. We got Robbie Owen with us. He's one of our instructors, and he works a lot of out-of-town shutdowns for some double-time companies, so he's a pretty jam-up welder. He's made a little contraption for the mirror, for holding the mirror, and it fits right on your TIG rig. We just wanted to show you guys, if you got room to use this, you can. You can't always use it, but some of the things he says to do is to make sure that you're always welding into the mirror. And of course, if you're mirror welding, you want to turn your amps down just a little bit, so you got a little wiggle room there in case you got to readjust. You're probably going to weld just a little bit slower than usual. And if your visual gets out of whack, if you can't see through your mirror what you're doing, just be prepared to stop and readjust your mirror and then keep on going. But I really thought this was cool, this little thing he made for his TIG rig, and we wanted to show you guys this. Also, being real comfortable. Always look through your mirror when you're making some dry runs. That's something you're going to want to do, is make a couple dry runs with your TIG torch where you can see what you're doing and get into position. Make sure that you got clear and free room to maneuver what you're planning on doing in your mind, that you can actually do it before you strike up on that arc. And then if you get uncomfortable, reposition. And I just thought this was really cool, this thing he's made where you can pretty much weld the whole bottom out, or the restricted side out, with this mirror that's attached to your TIG rig, because it's always moving in front of you, always moving to where you got to be welding. And that was one thing he said is, adjust this, put the mirror on the side that you're welding to. Robbie's a lefty, so he always welds he's welding this time from left to right. This is a 2G, but he said, it didn't matter if he was coming up from the bottom, he'd have that mirror up on the front side of where he was welding into, and then you could look into it. So we got some pretty cool arc shots. Shows you can actually see us. We're looking into the mirror through the camera and capturing the arc here. But we tell our guys, we have a tube wall, and it's a restricted area. You have to crawl down inside of it and then weld the tube wall, to put a coupon in there and weld it up with a mirror. And that is probably one of the least favorite things for these welders to do, but we try to encourage them and tell them, hey, this is, even if you mess it up, it's still experience, and it's something you can go out in the field and say, yeah, I've done that before, and get a feel for how you want to do it and the better way to do things. And you'd just be surprised how far that goes, being able to tell somebody, yeah, I've done that, and I did it coming out of school. Yeah, we have to pretty much force our students, to go in that tube wall and go down there in that restricted area and weld it with the mirror, because they first of all, they don't think they can do it, and it's probably one of the hardest simulators that we have at the school. But we make them. We pretty much have to force them to go down there. It reminds me of this story. There was this wealthy Texan, he filled a huge swimming pool with alligators and snakes and everything else, and he had a standing offer. If anybody could swim the length of that pool, he'd give him $6 million. And everybody knew it was impossible, so nobody ever tried. But one day they had a party going on, and he made the offer known to everybody, and they heard a big splash. They saw a man swimming across the pool from one end to the other, and the alligators chasing him and everything. He got to the other side and barely made it out. He got out and he looked at the Texan, and the Texan said, "Whoa, I guess I'm going to have to go write that check." The guy said, "I don't really care about that check. I just want to find out who pushed me in that pool." And so moral of the story is, the people who have the biggest impact among us are often those who have pushed us. Most of us won't make a very big splash in life unless a teacher, a parent, a coach, a friend, or a boss pushes us to be our very best. So just keep that in mind. Next time somebody's pushing you to do something that you're not very confident in or sure of, that they're just trying to see you do your very best. So we hope you're encouraged from this. Hope you enjoy our videos, and stay tuned for more good ones.